Hello, this is Mrs. Heisenbuttle, and today we're going to be talking about the best so far looping pattern that you can create with Python. So we're just going to create a new file. I am using Enthought Canopy to do my Python editing in. And so I basically am just going to go through, and I'm going to make this, let's see if I can make it a little bigger here. There we go. So I'm just going to go through and kind of walk you through how to do the best so far, and we're going to pick something super simple to do it with. So first off, I need to define or def my function, and in this case I want to find the biggest of something. So find largest, I don't know, find largest anything, ring. So I have a whole bunch of rings and I want to find the largest one. I have them in a list. And so we're going to put in this list rings. And that's just a placeholder that I'm going to put there so that I can create a list later and pull it in. So I'm going to put in some notes using the 3 quote marks. This accepts a list of ring sizes and finds the largest one. So that's what you would do with the best so far. And I realize, I'm sorry, it's not Pythonic to put your quote marks on the same line. So I gave myself an extra line there. So I'm going to have to initialize my record holder. In this case, I'm just going to call it largest. So my largest has to be initialized to something. In this case, I'm just going to pick 0. So I'm going to use a hashtag just to show you what that line is doing. That's just a hashtag is a single line comment where the quote marks are a double line comment, which means Python's not going to read them. So the reason my largest here is in orange is that I haven't used it yet. And my program is saying, okay, that's, it's not horrible, but it's something to watch. You need to use this for something. So now I'm going to throw all of this into a for loop. So I'm going to say for ring in rings. I have to do something. Well, in this case, I need an if because I need to be able to compare two things. So if the size, well, if the ring is larger than largest, I need to do something, right? So if the ring is larger than largest, whoops, I forgot, I have to put a colon at the end of that line because an if statement is a statement in and of itself. And again, I'm going to put my number on here. Oops, my number sign and check record. So if largest, oh, I used is, I can't use is, I forgot, that's why it was red. So if ring larger than largest, so if it's greater than largest, then it needs to reset that record. So then largest will then have to equal ring. And this is going to set my new record. So I'm going to put that note in there, set new record. So you know what it's doing. And then I'm going to print, or actually in this case, I'm going to return the largest. So return, and notice I backed up until I matched it with my for loop. Return, largest. In order to make sure that I can have my for loop closed. So that's a report line. So it's reporting something out. Notice I don't have any orange or red squiggles under there, which means it's probably going to run. So I hit run. It tells me, yep, I can run it, and now I'm going to call it, but first I'm going to have to give it a list. Now you can name your list anything you want. I could name it rings, but I'm not going to because it's bad form to name it the same thing as the placeholder. So I'm going to say ring underscore list equals, and lists always go inside of square brackets. We're going to go size 4, size 5, size 6, size 7, size 7, size 8, size 4, size 5, size 7 again. And then I'm going to close it. Hit enter. It has accepted my ring list. So now all I have to do is call my function to say find underscore largest underscore ring in ring list. And it found the largest one, which happened to be the number 8. And you can see, based on the list I gave it, that that is correct, is number 8. So I hope that that helps. That is the best so far Python